If there's one thing that I know you guys really enjoy, that's some beast mode fragrances, especially when they're on the more affordable side. Dare I even say cheap. And in this video, I'm bringing you what I believe are 7 fantastic cheap and affordable beast mode fragrances that you can find from many different places in that $50 and below range. So stay tuned. Starting with one of my newest acquisitions this year I say this year, in recent months, and it has stolen my heart in a way because it's even better than I ever imagined it would be. It was love at first sniff. I love it more every time I wear it. It's AZZARO Pour Homme Intense Eau de Parfum. This is the boozy, smooth, warmer version of the men's classic AZZARO Pour Homme. It still has that AZZARO Pour Homme DNA at its core. It's that spicy, aromatic, lavender heavy aftershave type of smell. But here there's some cinnamon and some brandy that add this smooth, boozy sweetness that's not overly boozy. And the cinnamon adds this nice warmth. And it's much more smooth, refined. I know I keep saying smooth, but that's how I feel about it. It's just so damn smooth. And it's refined. There's no sharp edges here. It doesn't smell dated like the original, but still stays true to the DNA of what the original was about. In my opinion, the ultimate version, not just the intense version, but the ultimate version of this scent profile. One of the best barbershop fragrances that's kind of taken into modern times by adding that, this warmth and this booziness. That's the thing. It wasn't really that widely used, I guess you could say, back when the original was released, to have all these boozy nuances, whether it's whiskey, brandy, rum, whatever. Cognac, very popular as well. Here, brandy note, not as widely used as rum and cognac, but definitely does the trick. It adds this sweet layer without it being a candy type of sweetness. Very well done, super long lasting, loud if you're not careful and mindful of your sprays. Very loud. This can be a beast. Just spray accordingly. If you want to be very well pronounced, spray a little bit heavier. If you don't want to really scream out, hey, look at me, be very mindful of your sprays. But if you spray anywhere, what I would consider moderate, 5 to 7 sprays and beyond, it's definitely a beast. AZZARO Pour Homme Intense. So I actually just did a full review of this one yesterday. It is probably the best affordable vanilla scent out there in my opinion. It is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Of course, if you haven't seen that video yet, I'll put it right there for you guys. This is a warm amber vanilla, smoky nuance, but there's no amber here. There's some benzoin, there's some ambroxan that adds this smooth freshness. It's not too much of an ambroxan bomb like you may think. When you hear ambroxan, it's not the bomb that Dior Sauvage is or Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. It is vanilla dominant, but it's not too thick of a vanilla. What I think the ambroxan does to really suit this blend is make it a fresher, not so thick and creamy type of vanilla. It's still vanilla dominant. It is a lightly smoked nuance. It's got a smoked vanilla smell. There's a little bit of a citrus juiciness up top that I don't really get much of, but it's delightful. This is a head turner. This is an attention grabber. This is a sexy ass fragrance, and performance is no slouch. 8 to 10 hours on my skin every time I wear it. And this is another one. You have to be mindful of the sprays if you don't want to be really loud, but you're here because you like them loud. This is a beast mode fragrance video, so you spray this one above 5 sprays. It's grabbing some attention. It's pushing. Off of my skin, this stuff pushes. I'm telling you. It's definitely a beast. Is it the strongest fragrance in this video? No, but it's definitely one of the strongest fragrances I have. That's why it's in this video. And it can be found right around $49 from Amazon. I'll have a link below to help you guys out. $45 to $50 range. Extremely affordable, almost steal price for this because it doesn't smell super synthetic. It doesn't smell cheap in any way. I'm not going to sit here and say it smells like some high-end luxury fragrance, but for a mid-level designer, it's a damn good one. Again, that's Mercedes-Benz Club Black. One that I have not talked about in quite a while on the channel, and it deserves some renewed, newfound love because it's still probably the safest bet if you're looking for an affordable way to smell like Creed Aventus that blows Creed Aventus out the water in performance. Of course, I'm talking about ARMAF. We're talking Club de Nuit Intense Man. It's still that good, guys. Yes, I understand there's a Parfum version. Supposedly smooths out the opening a bit, because this opening can be a little lemon pledge heavy, type of harsh for some people. I actually like the opening on this. That's why I've never desired to get the Parfum version. And this is just so cheap. You can get this sub $30 all day long from all kinds of places online. Many different discounters, Amazon, eBay, sellers, all these different places. And for me, this is a 10 to 12 hour fragrance on my skin. This is a little bit of an older bottle. This is a 2018 bottle, but I've heard even the newer bottles are still beast. Obviously, it all comes down to skin chemistry and what it's going to do for you on your skin, but most people that I know have beast mode performance from this fragrance, and I know for me, it's one that I don't have to do many sprays, 4 to 5 sprays, and I'm getting a solid 10 hours. Even in the heat, in the hot weather back when I lived in South Texas, I would get 8 or 9 hours on my skin in high heat with this fragrance. It's a damn beast. Yes, technically a clone fragrance, but one of, if not the most popular clone on the market, especially in the fragrance community. It's definitely the most well-known. It's loved, it's hated, it's polarizing. But at the end of the day, for $30 or less, you're getting a damn good, head-turning, attention-grabbing, compliment-getting type of fragrance that is a damn beast. This stuff screams off of my skin and lasts all day and then some. Get yourself a bottle and just give it a try. I'm off Club de Nuit Intense Man. Now we're going back into that kind of masculine fougere territory. While not quite a fougere, it has some elements of a fougere. It's much more modern. This is another one that features some booziness to it. I find when you add booziness to a fougere, it really changes the game, because the original is a timeless classic masculine fougere barbershop style fragrance, but the Parfum flanker for Pasha de Cartier, this is Pasha de Cartier Parfum, this is something special. Another one, super smooth and refined, creamy sandalwood. There's a little bit of an herbaceous, spicy component here. A little bit of a boozy nuance up top. Super woody, super smooth, super loud if you're not careful with the sprays. This is another one very potent off of my skin, and another one that's 8 to 10 hours every time I wear it. In the cooler weather, definitely more in that 10-hour range. In the warmer weather, more in the 8-hour range. It just burns off quicker when your skin heats up faster. That's all it amounts to. But for me, these Parfum flankers are usually my favorites in the line. Bleu de Chanel, Dior, pretty much a bunch of different Dior lines actually. Eau Sauvage, Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel Parfum. This one, Boss the Scent Parfum. You get the point. I don't have to keep on going because I like those consistent, long-lasting, heavy but not crazy room filling. But if you go heavy on the sprays, this stuff will project more than most parfums. This stuff is great. Not necessarily going to project like Dior Homme Parfum. That Parfum is in a league of its own, in my opinion. Definitely can't fit this video. That is not affordable. But Pasha de Cartier Parfum, it gets its share of love. It's had its share of hype. It's a very desirable fragrance, in my opinion. If you want something more refined, this isn't what I would consider much of a t-shirt fragrance. I feel like this one begs you to dress it up a bit more. I know that's how I feel about it personally. The scent profile dictates that, in my opinion. But if you're one that likes to go above 5 sprays, it's a beast. I know for me, it's a beast. And this is another one that you can find testers and full presentations in that $45, $50 range. A great, great fragrance for this time of year. It's Pasha de Cartier Parfum. Basically, the beast mode, modern day version of Acqua di Gio is how you can look at it. So Acqua di Gio Essenza was a very popular, powerful version of the original flanker that was discontinued, and now you're looking at $200 to get a bottle, a 75 ml of it these days. But luckily, Bentley has you covered with Bentley for Men SILVERLAKE. So this smells pretty much like Essenza, a just super powerful version of the original Acqua di Gio. The amber wood that's in here really helps this stuff scream off of my skin. Aquatic, fresh, a little bit of violet leaf. There's a fresh green aspect to it. Warm woods in the dry down. Long lasting. 10-hour fragrance on my skin. Just about every time I wear it, more in the 8-hour range in the summer because it is very fresh, but it's a dense, fresh fragrance. You can get this one in the $40 some odd range from discounters. months and months ago. I got this from fragrancebuy.ca for like $42, $46, something like that. It's showing up at more discounters these days. And if you like Acqua di Gio but want the newer version basically, without having to spend the money on an actual Acqua di Gio flanker like a Profondo or a Profumo or something along those lines, you can get Bentley's version. Bentley from SILVERLAKE smells like it belongs in the Acqua di Gio family, but it's got that eau de parfum staying power with the bright opening of an eau de toilette. It's much more airy in the opening, but it lasts. And if you're not careful with the sprays, this is another one that will not quite fill a room, but it's a beast. This stuff will get you noticed. It will turn some heads. I'm not guaranteeing any compliments here, obviously, but it's a tried and true scent profile. Stuff just works. People like how it smells, and this one just performs. It takes that popular smell and cranks up the performance. Bentley from SILVERLAKE. If you like super fresh, long-lasting beasts, you might want to check this one out. Now, this is a polarizing choice. One of my personal all-time favorite designer fragrances. To this day, it's still a beast. And it's one of the most powerful fragrances on my skin personally. It always has been. This is top 5 in my collection for performance. I'm talking about Paco Rabanne's Invictus. The original, the fragrance that people will deem played out, that doesn't get love these days, but I say revisit it. Revisit it. You might fall in love with it all over again. If you've never smelled it, you really should try it. You can get testers for around $40, $40, $42. Full presentations around $50. But there's no real difference here. It's the same bottle. If you're okay with a white tester box, go the tester route. This is a 10 to 12 hour fragrance on my skin. Super loud. This stuff fills a room at 7 or 8 sprays on my skin. In the first 2 hours, hour and a half, room filler. I have had many situations through my journey with this fragrance, because this is not my first bottle, where people could smell me around the corner in a room. At my former place of business, that's happened many times as well. Ooh, what are you wearing? I smell you from here. As they make a corner 10, 12 feet away. Loud, long-lasting, affordable, sweet aquatic. Probably, well, it's not probably. It is one of the most copied openings in men's fragrances. I was about to say probably the most copied, but no, that would go to INVICTUS for sure. But this runs a close race, because there's a lot of designer fragrances that have taken what's special and likable about the opening, that bubblegum sweet aquatic freshness, and made their version of it, their take on it. But for me, none of them seem to perform like INVICTUS. None of them seem to quite smell exactly like INVICTUS. And none of them seem to quite get the same level of attention as INVICTUS. You catch my drift. Give it a try if you haven't. If you have before, and maybe it just wasn't for you, or you wore it to death and it played out, maybe it's time to revisit it, because this is still a great affordable beast. Paco Rabanne's Invictus. Last but not least, this is probably the best aquatic fragrance money can buy, in my opinion, because of the performance, because of how many compliments I've gotten with this fragrance and the time I have spent with it over the years. Because if that's important to you, this fragrance is good for it. It's a super aquatic, beach level, blue fragrance. I am talking about Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. One of the fragrances that I actually have a backup bottle for. This stuff is incredible. This is a 9 to 10 hour fragrance, 8 hours in the summer. 8 to 9 hours in the summer, in the high heat. If you like smelling really fresh the rest of the year in the cooler months, strong enough to cut through. This is marine saltwater type of smell without any heavy bitterness. This is like taking Bulgari Aqua, the original, Versace Dylan Blue, and combining the two, and you get that level of blue fragrance performance with Bulgari Aqua marine aquatic freshness. This is such an awesome fragrance, and you can find 50 mLs like this, low 40s. 100 mLs, low 50s. Not super cheap, but definitely very affordable. And when it comes to the performance and what it can do for you if you're looking to just smell great for all throughout your day, it punches well above its price point. It's an awesome fragrance for that. This was actually the very first full review I ever did on my channel. If you look back and just arrange my videos from date to oldest, This is like the second or third video. It is my first full review. I love it even more than I did back then. This fragrance is wonderful. One I'll always have in my collection, and one I'll always recommend to you guys. If you're looking for an affordable beast that can pull in the compliments, get yourself a bottle of Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. Well, that's the 7 I have for you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. Do you have any of the fragrances in this video? Did you used to have any of the fragrances in this video? And what do you think about them if you've tried them, had them, or have them? Let me know down in the comments. If anything sparked your interest, I'd also like to hear about that as well. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the fragrances that I featured in this video and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.